Because this reaction is giving you data about time and concentration, we have to integrate this. We have to see what order it is based on a linear relationship. So I'm going to take this information, I'm going to plug it into my calculator. I always start with just taking the memory and clearing all my lists in case the list that I did previously was longer than the one that I am doing now. It saves me time. So I clear list, enter. So I go to Stat, Edit, and L1 will always be my time. Even if this is the second column, L1 always has to be my time. So I'm going to plug that in right now. L2 is always my concentration. L3 is always my natural log of my concentration, so I go up and I highlight L3, hit enter, the cursor is ready for me, hit natural log of L2, which is the concentration, fills it in for me. Go to L4, highlight it, enter, 1 over L2, inverse of concentration, enter. Terrific. So now I need to plot these points, so I'm going to go to Stat Plot. I make sure that I have L1, L2, L1, L3, L1, L4. I'm just going to turn off my plots quickly. So I'm going to turn on plot 1, which is 0 order, on, graph, zoom 9, and I get a curved line. So it is not 0 order. So I go to Stat Plot, I turn off that plot, I turn on the second plot, graph, zoom 9. That looks pretty straight. Once in a while I get a little nervous when there's a couple little hiccups in there, but I'm feeling pretty good about that. Let's go to Stat Plot 3 just in case. So turn off Plot 2. Turn on Plot 3 on. Graph, zoom 9. All right, that does definitely look curved. So this is first order. So when I am doing the rate law, I would write rate equals K times NH3, and then I'm just going to leave that as a 1. The integrated rate law is simply the order that it was. So because it was natural log, negative KT plus natural log of NH3. We'll do the other two in a moment on the board, but one thing I did not have on here was what is the rate constant, and that is my slope. So what I'd like to do is calculate that quickly. So if I go to Stat, Calc, I go down to Line Rig, and then it's L1, comma, L, whichever one it was. So if it was first order or 0 order, it was L2. If it's first order, it's L3. If it's second order, it's L4. So in this case, it's L3. I enter that, and K is going to be 0.0324, and this is first order, so the unit will be just inverse time. Lastly, just on the sheet I'd like to show you is if I was given a chart to graph this data, and this was the y and x axis that I was given, and if I didn't have my calculator, I should still be able to understand what this is. Because this is first order, it means it would be linear with a natural log. This is a concentration, so that's 0 order. So this would not be linear. And because this is a 0 order graph, I will have a negative slope. I can prove that by going in to my plots. And if I do graph plot 1, there's my graph. Now let's take a look at the other two problems.